All right.
I'm Berkeley.
We are live. You can start.
Hey, cool. What's up, everybody? My name is Tino Vias Jr., and you are at another Berkeley Poetry Slam. Make some noise for yourself at home. You're probably screaming in the void of your own empty living room. That's completely fine. No one can hear you. Welcome. You are at another Berkeley Poetry Slam. This week, we have another amazing show for y'all and another lineup of amazing poets who are going to read with us. Just so y'all know, before we go into all that, there's some spiels I got to get to, like some plugs I got to do. So yeah, because we are it's art show, we get sponsored by other people. So I have to give out a shout out to our patrons because this show would not be possible unless, we had their generous contribution. So, and every, donation that we get, every contribution that is given to us here at Berkeley Slam, at Rich Folk Events, ensures that we're paying all our features, our artists, and supporting, all the work and the writing that is happening in our spaces and also the East Bay and other communities at large. So we want to give a special shout out to Sarah O'Connell, to Jessica Kuzasik and Nakia Williams for sponsoring our workshops, and also more shout outs go out to Emily Chow, to Leila Renee Edmonds for being also giving us the other support to other tiers in our Patreon. And lastly, but certainly not least, special shout out to Alex Grimm and Sarah O'Connell for sponsoring, pledging $100 to the Allen Bluford Center at our Patreon page. The Allen Bluford Center is also one of our sites for one of our shows for the Alchemy Open Mic, where it's a anti-police brutality space in the community. And we really do appreciate that all the money that we get from them goes back straight into that resource center. So yeah, and if you ever so feel inclined to, donate to us and you believe in reparations and liberations of third world people, head over to patreon.com/Rich Folk Events. There you'll find, like I said, multiple different tiers range from $2 to $100. Anything you donate helps us, so that we can plan, budget, and put out these events at a more consistent rate without, having to stress out and, scramble things last minute. Yeah, so thank you so much. And if you, just want to do a one-time contribution, you don't want it to be tax deductible because Patreon is tax deductible. Because we are a 501c3 nonprofit. Our Cash App is also Rich Oak Events, and our Venmo is Rich Oak Slam. Like I said, anything you give us, we'll be really, really grateful. And we thank you ahead of time for your support. And now we're going to move on to the show. So welcome again to the Berkeley Poetry Slam. Everybody on the Zoom, make some noise for yourself for being here tonight. You could have been anywhere else on a Wednesday night, but you're here celebrating more amazing poetry. We're dying out here in Smokeland because there's just air is hella toxic and coronavirus, and now people are actually wearing masks. But it's Wednesday night, we're winding down. Get some more even breathing into our system with some poetry. So tonight we have a list of poets, and each of the poets that we're going to be reading tonight have 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And then afterwards, after that 10-second grace period, people will start losing points. So say my poem is 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I may have just lost about a whole point because I went over the time limit that was given to me. This is a competition. Unfortunately, there are some rules and there will be some cutoffs. So and all the poets here have until 4 minutes before their poem goes off. So say a poet is reading really, really long and it's a really beautiful poem and it could be great. It could be something that's that could just touch your soul and just really ruin you with every line. But the 4 minute timer hit up, well, sorry, you're out. Because the whole point of slam poetry is that it's a competition. We assign numbers to art, and it sounds really, really traumatizing. But trust me, Leonardo da Vinci made it happen. So I mean, we can do the same thing, right? Although we probably shouldn't be following the examples of white men. That is neither here nor there. Anyway, moving forward, we poets, you have no props, no musical accompaniments, just your words and whatever you can do with your hands or your body. Notebooks don't count. The laptop that you're reading off does not count as a prop and everything. Just be cognizant of if you're oh, my rosary cross, and you grab your rosary cross like this, and it's well, guess what? You just have a prop out, and you're out. Or you lose points for that. Don't worry about the scores. Our scorekeeper Chardonnay Thomas is going to be in charge of that tonight. So everyone say thank you, Chardonnay, in the comment section. There you go. For being the responsible one and dealing with numbers on a Wednesday night. I wouldn't want to deal with numbers on a Tuesday morning, let alone a Friday afternoon or a Wednesday night. But here we are, because it's art. So because we only have 5 poets, everyone's gonna move on to the second round and everything. And then we also have a, everyone keeps saying it's a time-earned tradition, but we all know it's a gimmick. The word of the day, which we will go back to in a second. We will address that in just one more minute. But before that, audience, everyone on the Zoom call and the further internet, you have one job. And that one job is to show as much love as you can by liking, sharing, and subscribing to us on Instagram and Twitter at the Berkeley Slam, or on Facebook at the Berkeley Poetry Slam. And then massive hit those comment sections, be like, oh, like listen in on the poetry. If there's a line that you like, type that back in, like, damn, like so-and-so said, like, you know, my heart will go on. And I felt that shit. Like, you know, like let us know. Like, you know, the more you let us know in the comment section and you hit us up and let us know, well, like when we look back at those things, like, yeah, someone was touched by one of the things that we said. So make sure that you, who's ever here tonight, whatever poem you hear, if something touched you and it moved you, let the poet know. If you're on Instagram, throw those hearts up. If you're on Twitter, retweet us. If you're on Facebook, hit us with those like hearts, the likes, the laughs, like the crying emoji. If you felt like, you know, this should make you sad. You know, not here to invalidate your feelings. Your feelings are completely valid. But like we're here to help you also process those things. Yeah. That being said, lastly, because this is such a big thing, and I'm so upset that people need to be told this. Second Amendment or whatever. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom from accountability. And unless you know me, then you would know that I solve problems with problems. So if something problematic is being said, I might just do something in retaliation to something problematic, which might include either being taken down from the Zoom or being talked to outside of the show to maybe even further being banned. But that depends on the situation. So yeah, so unless you don't want to start a problem or have a problem be solved by problems, don't start a problem. That's that. That's fair warning. Yeah, anyway, I think those are all the rules. We covered score, we covered time, we covered donations. Did I miss anything? Y'all? Anybody? Ivan? I don't think so. I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, I think we're gonna get started with the show. Oh, you know what? I did forget something. I have an amazing feature for y'all tonight. So if y'all know who the feature is, make some noise for yourself in the comment section or in the chat, because this is gonna be a good one. And if you don't know who your feature is tonight, well, let me tell you, I'm about to learn because I've only seen a handful of their poetry before, and this is gonna be something that I'm gonna sit here and immerse and just feel like, you know, in the time and in the moment. So anyway, but I will read y'all the list for tonight of the poets. So in this order, poets we're reading tonight are Mai, Reggie, Cornrow Collins, Nika Roots, and Nicole Tracy. Everybody, please show some love for the poets. Poets, show some love for yourself in the Zoomverse, because this is anxiety like to the max. Like I cannot tell you how much like this is like just such a good list of people. I'm so excited for this. With that being said, there's a poet, there's a feature. Are we ready to start the show? No, we're not, because guess what? We forgot one last thing, and I said we we're gonna mention it again. It's called the word of the day. It's this time-honored gimmick at the Berkeley Slam where we randomly assign a number, or we assign a random word. And it could be any word. It could be Doodle Bob from SpongeBob, like the name of Doodle Bob from SpongeBob, and that could be the word of the day. And the poets have to either organically or forcefully, hopefully more organically, put that word into their poem. So yeah, so if anybody in the comment section out there in the internet world wants to make these poets, force them to use a really, really awkward word into a poem that has nothing to do with that word, let me know. The poets, you do get an extra point if you manage to squeeze this word into your poem. And don't worry about the scores. Like I said, Chardonnay is going to figure all that out for us. Yeah. Anyone have a word? Anyone on the Zoom? Let me know. What is the word of the day?
Karen.
I got period.
Boom.
What was that again?
I put
We
it
want
in
you.
the chat.
Do we want to use Merriam-Webster's word of the day?
Yeah, let's use word of the day.
Low date.
Well, I mean, the word of the day for Merriam-Webster is dulcet, which means sweet to taste, pleasing to the ear, generally pleasing or agreeable.
What was it called again?
Dulcet.
Dulcet.
I mean, it's just it's random. It's objectively random, right? So
yeah, it's like it's probably in the family of docile.
I feel like pussy is the same definition, but you know, that's just me.
Oof, wow. All right, y'all, flip a coin. Is it pussy or is it dulcet?
There's not a song about dulcet.
Okay, so flipping a coin, I'm gonna call tails for pussy, heads for dulcet.
Yes, please do that our feature. Do it.
Actually,
Wait,
can we not do the second one because I'm fasting and I can't curse?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. That is. You're right. We figured it out. All right. The word is dulcet. D-U-L-C-E-T, which means to sweet to the taste, pleasing to the ear, or generally pleasing or agreeable. All right, y'all. Those are our words. We are in our show. Are we ready to start the show again? Make some noise if you're ready to start the show. Woo!
Woo!
Guess what?
Yes.
Not ready. We are not ready. Drop the nonsense. I don't know why y'all are cheering.
We're not.
We're not.
Boo.
Because we still haven't sacrificed anybody. We need a calibration poet to get up here and, you know,
blood.
Spill blood. Set the standard for everybody, you know. It's such a high caliber. Like, everybody, yeah, I love the goat sound. No one would ever do the goat sound at Berkeley with me for some reason. Everyone just thought it was weird. But anyway, I'm going to read the order. I'm going to do these birthing metaphors. So in transition means you're third up. Crowning means you're about to come up right now. And being born means you're being born on the Zoom call right now. So yeah, so in transition, we have Reggie. Crowning is made. Everybody please put your hands together for our sacrificial poet, Hector.
Woo!
Yes, come on, Hector. Do that poem with the words.
Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Break it up, break it up, break it up.
Baby, go ahead.
Uh-oh, is joy a prop?
Okay, in the distance, I hear a knocking, and it does not make me cower like my mother's knuckle knocks. It cradles the internality of my forehead and sparks, catalyzes its inner uncrucifying from the body it held onto so tight for so long, for so many centuries, the way light glints at its own reflection. It glistens and gleams into God's last dream, dissolved into the mouths of his disciples during his last supper. Supper is just a synonym for rite of passage for slumber, and the thesaurus of my mind, my every stomached meal becomes a ritual, becomes the inversion of sacramented Eucharist, and my every ancestor awakens from the grave of my inner mind mausoleum, and they chant in harmony stacked like summits, birthing other mountains on top of themselves, and in this way I am reborn like I always am every day. This ceremony blesses my skin with the alive of my pulse, and I tap my wrists in awe of their organic machinery, and how my breath is the summary of my well-being, and how many bodies have died in the name of unjust sacrilege, and how the priest never forgives sinners within the depths of his lockbox chest, and isn't lockbox just a man's way of imprisoning what he knows can set fire to his skyscrapers, like his sky suddenly scraping itself into the multiplicity of a black hole singularity until his ego crumbles back into the stardust that birthed it, like how a mother could unbirth their child at any moment but does not, and thus the undoing becomes the holy, and thus I am undone until I am nothing but a ball of light floating incandescent in the hands of God, telling my father that God had something special in mind when he decided to emerge me from the shadows of what should have never been born. My mother's birth canal too narrow, my cranium too large. To this day, I've had to constantly allow ancestral and descendant energies to cradle me out from narrow birth canals each time I'm reborn, and this channeling and everything but a death, and death is nothing but a vein collapsing collapsing into a root system, and I am every nothing that brought me here to breathe myself into existence, and I resurrect every choir the preacher deemed too revolutionary, too potent, too earthquake, and so I paint a self-portrait each time enough of my cells invert themselves into near irrecognition, and my cognition expands beyond the scope of the previously impossible, and possibility becomes but a crystalline sphere within my grasp, and I sigh at how many closed eyes could channel a river through their forehead as well. All they have to do is sit in a field of bullets and neuron and bone and blood and clay and metal and fire and webs and mirrors and kaleidoscopes and listen and listen and listen, 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 listen. Thank you.
Everybody, please give it up for the poet. Show some mad love in the Zoom in the comment section. Give it up for them. Damn. Yeah, starting off with the fuego, which is off the fucking gate. I love it. Judges, this is your time. This is the only time I'm going to give y'all throughout the show for y'all to send your scores. DM your scores to Chardonnay Thomas. They will figure out the math. We have a Google spreadsheet that does the math for us. So it's just a matter of inputting the numbers, which is still such a fucking tragedy to do. So please make sure to send those numbers. Halfway through the poem, you already know that you like the poem or not. Like, because halfway through the poem, someone usually hits a flip and like, it's like, oh, that's what the poem is about. So yeah, if if you're feeling halfway through the poem, like, yeah, this poem is a 9.5, then go ahead. But you always have that chance to like change your score last minute, be like, actually, no, that's actually a 9.8 or whatever. Or maybe you went from like an 8.5 to an 8.2. I don't know. Whatever your criteria is, I don't know. But Chardonnay, go ahead and figure out that math. We'll check in later. We're gonna give it up for Chardonnay one more time. I really do hate math on a Wednesday evening. I hate math, period. But anyway, yeah, so that was Hector. We're gonna move on to the first round. Thank y'all so much. So in transition, we have Cornrow Colin. Crowning is Reggie, being born on this stage, came back here from last week. Everyone please give it up for my.
Woo! Can you guys hear me all right? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
For all of my cohesiveness, you would think I could write a poem. For all of my cautiousness, you would think I tried to hide my gay. For all of my gayness, you would think I'd learned to store my memories under my mattress instead of my underwear drawer. It is 2 a.m. We are downing knives and kissing like the queer will pour out by morning, and we will go back to pretending. Spoiler, it always does. We sit in a field, hiding from our own shadows behind bushes, learning the taste of lips, our own fear and adrenaline. We bring metal shovels and bang them together before scooping out a dulcet tune only. We are grave diggers, dug a hole for ourselves, called it a fulfillment. No, this is not fulfilling. We do not belong here. But in this moment, we belong to the darkness. In this moment, we belong to the graves, but that is not forever. Sitting in a cemetery, wondering when I will have a headstone, let it be the first time my name is written with dignity instead of on a hospital bracelet that I am sometimes too scared to take off, worried I might need it soon again. For all of my queerness, you would think I would learn to weave a casket soon enough. For all of my deadness, you would think I've written my obituary by now. For all of my deadness, I could have written you a will in which I give all of my love to you and all of my queer to the grave. I could have written 8 obituaries by now, in which I am not the dead, but the birthplace of something so alive and well it swallows man whole, where I am not the casket, but a cradle for the child I was. For all of my deadness, you would think I've written my obituary by now, Instead, I make sweet love with a woman whose words I can't remember and whose name I cannot forget. I drink blades till my stomach bleeds out and wait for morning. It never comes. It is here in the field that we find comfort in the darkness. It is here in the cemetery that we find comfort in isolation. It is now 3 a.m. We have left the field. We have left the cemetery. We are still the headstones buried alive. Thank you.
Everybody, please give it up for Mai one more time.
Oh my
God damn it. I personally, I would love to sit here and applaud and shower all these poets of praises, and I usually do every week, like, you know, but I'm hosting, so I have to be biased, neutral, or whatever that's supposed to mean. Switzerland, you know. Yeah, give it up for the poet one more time. Show some like mad love in the comment section. We fucking love it out here. Let's see. We have for our last poet a total for the sacrificial poet for Hector a 26.6. But like we always say here, fuck the scores. It's not about the numbers. It's about the poetry. No matter how much we try to make it about the numbers, it's not. The numbers are the institution. The poetry is the anarchy. Is how I like to see it. Some of the comments that we got here during the poetry for Hector was, wow, what the fuck? Let's see, what else did you get? Hector equals baddie, but also a scholar. And then someone said, Hector, I love you and your writing so much. So yeah, on that note of writing, shameless plug, because we do this every week, and y'all should know by now, but people who don't know now, you know, we have a writing workshop that we host before the show, before all our shows, for Berkeley Slam. It takes place, our shows takes place like 8:30, but our writing workshop takes place at 7. So if you want to come join us, we have an amazing like workshop that's every week, usually by our feature. And so the prompts are always pretty random, but it's a really good time for you to sit and, you know, have a moment of catharsis, something to let out, to write about, to share with, like, you know, like later, and maybe have more, like, you know, art to produce. So if you want to, like, you know, have some quality time, come like have a guided writing discussion with a bunch of other poets, like, you know, and be vulnerable and talk about, you know, whatever it is you guys want to talk about. Come through. Our workshops start at 7. We usually put out the Zoom link for those workshops like a weekend, like a few days in advance in our Instagram post. So be on the lookout for our Zoom links and everything. So our workshop takes place every Wednesday at 7 p.m. The Zoom links are, you know, to be announced. Yeah, cool. Anyway, let's move on forward with the Nay. Let's see. So in transition, we have Nika Roots. Crowning is Cornrow Collins, but being born on the virtual stage right now. Everybody, please put your hands together for Reggie.
Oh my God, bitch. Oh my God, bitch.
I
Oh
won.
my God, bitch.
My trimester wine.
Oh my God, bitch.
That's my top. Yeah, that's my top.
Reggie ain't circumcised, and that's my friend.
Can y'all hear me?
Prop.
Yes, we can.
A hood nigga's dissertation on colorism. Fuck your nuance. Some of y'all light-skinned niggas get on my goddamn nerves. There's something about constantly needing validation from Blackness while simultaneously distancing yourself from everything that reminds you of it that screams, bitch, you can't actually sit with us. Like, it's hard to be seen when these Martin Luther Cream, Talcum X, Rachel Dolezal ass bitches are taking up all the space, absorbing all of the light, speaking with my voice while I disappear into the background of my own oppression, and you complain that you can't say nigga without your grandmother's racism threatening to crawl from your throat, while I don't know, an actual nigga, am too busy dying on your mismatched tongue. And if Jesus is in fact a Black man, he must be a light-skinned nigga too, because that's just like y'all, to be instrument and evidence of death and still be praised, still be worn around a white man's neck, a symbol of peace or diversity. We niggas will be the first ones to pray for you, the last ones to be in your prayers. You say, God bless the white man. God bless the wolf. God bless the sheep's clothing, but never the niggas, never the herd, never the skin you strip bare off our bones just to prove that you belong here. You got the acting skills of a middle school play. You shuck and jive and then call it code switching. You fuck a white man and say hashtag goals, hashtag post-racial America, hashtag I am the poster child, what we all expect niggas to be, and it must be so nice, to be so dulcet palatable, to be the exceptional Negro, to look so much like the oppressor you forget about the noose waiting for you around the corner. You ungrateful ass house niggas. You forget the fields that birthed you. Forget that master still make you sleep in the barn when you done riding his dick like that. Still growl a hard R through his teeth just to taste your blood between them. You forget your grandparents were on two different ends of the fire hose, two different sides of the same sit-in, sides of a history you claim to know so well. You flip-flop motherfuckers. You unreliable assholes. You chocolate and vanilla swirl-faced niggas. Do you know how quickly they will come for you? How they will sell a black body just to make a fast dollar. Whiteness is taken just as easy as it's given, just as easy as you pass out black cards. Let your white friends say nigga, but provide them access to a violence they already know so well. Violence that fits perfectly in the palms of their hands. So when they come for us with their rope and their fire and their metal and our bones, when they chant our names like a death song in the streets, when the ground opens up to swallow us real niggas whole, they will come for your blood next. But when you call to us for help, we will remember exactly where you stood before the ashes fell. We will remind you where you were when we needed you the most.
Gang. Everybody show some mad love for the poet. Show some
Oh my God, bitch.
Oh,
Oh my God, bitch. Wow.
Richmond in the house. Woo, I got it. Anyway,
I'm crying.
show some mad love in the comment section for the poets. Judges, this is your time to shine. Send those numbers to Chardonnay. Chardonnay is going to figure out the math. We're having some technical difficulties, so we will be doing our best to announce the numbers. It's okay. So for the last poet, oh God, wow, really? I hate the score already. I got a 28.8. Boo. I can boo that because that's a really low score and all my poets deserve 10. Especially since that was some gay shit that we all fucking love. And just to prove that we loved it, someone in the middle of the poem being read was like, "Come on, syntax." Someone quoted one of the lines of the poem was, "All my love to you, all my queers to the grave." Like, my God, yeah. And that line hit pretty hard during that read. And I fucking love the gayest shit. Yeah. So we're all very inclusive here, all very gay, all pro-gay, pro-queer, pro-trans, as we all should be. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna move forward with the show. Give it up for Reggie one more time, and our list. If I fucking close the list. Oh wait, there's only 3 more people. Doesn't really matter. In transition is Nicole Tracy. Crowning is Nika Roots. Being born on this stage right now. Everybody, please wait. Everyone, please put your hands together for Cornrow Collins.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
Him lesbian.
Oh my
you
gosh.
look like me.
Lesbian.
Give me my face back.
Oh
I
my
want my
gosh.
face.
Reggie sibling. Oh my gosh, Reggie sibling.
Can y'all hear me?
Indeed.
All right. I'm tired of white people complaining about reverse racism. So to respond, I've decided to actually be reverse racist. For example, when I see white people walking down the block, I cross the street. I lock the car door when they walk past my window, don't know what they will take from you when you leave your valuables out in the open. Like, what if they want to shoot me or rob me of my rights? So I tightly grab my bag in elevators, on the bus, or the subway. When we make eye contact, I make my lips disappear to let them know exactly how much their skin makes them crawl, or makes mine crawl, and they never notice a thing. Like, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't know racism even if I called them a nigger. And trust me, I've tried that too. Point being, they don't notice the racism because they never had to look out for a racist, never had to learn to tell the difference between the sound of a locking door and a cocked gun, of a clutched bag and an itchy trigger finger. There is no difference between the lipless smile behind each. The difference between racism and reverse racism is the element of fear. So what exactly were you afraid of, Chad, when the black kid called you mayonnaise boy in elementary school? Did the chorus of laughter feel like a firing squad? Did those words haunt your dreams? Do you wake up at night in a cold sweat, neck still hot from the burn of a lucid rope, a nightmare of your body swaying in the breeze, the dulcet sound of black faces chanting mayonnaise boy, mayonnaise boy, mayonnaise boy? If so, you should probably get some therapy and thug that shit out like the rest of us. But we both know that this has nothing to do with fear and everything to do with your ego, that you are never afraid of the black boy, just being less than the black boy, being less than on top, toppling down the rest. And when you make it there to the top, walking down the street all happy-go-lucky to your newly gentrified apartments, I'll be waiting for you with a neighborhood watch hat on and a flashlight. Like, what you doing here, boy? We ain't seen you around here before, boy. We don't like your kind in this neighborhood, boy. Don't cry. This isn't Uno. You don't get to reverse this race card. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Be glad I haven't cut them yet. Feel the sting of having to look up at yet another black boy looking down at you. Feel the stench of humiliation burn your nose each time you breathe, and realize through all this, you are still breathing. So it can't be that bad, right?
Everybody give it up for Colin. Gang,
Oh my gosh, Reggie sibling. Oh my gosh, Reggie sibling.
Yes, beyond.
Could have swore they looked alike. You know, is that what they are? They're related? Yes. Anyway, judges, you know what time it is. It's score time. Send those over to Chardonnay. Yeah. Oof. Let's see. Okay. So Reggie got a score of a 29. But fuck the score, give it up for the poet. In my opinion, everyone tonight on this call deserves a 10. And if no one's told you you're a 10, you're a motherfucking 10. And all these guys need to listen when the 10 is talking, okay? Anyway, some of the comments we got during Reggie's poem was the shade, the international implications, and you're right. But I can't say any more than that. I'm just gonna affirm everyone's comments of love and affirmation and keep the ball rolling. In transition is our lovely t-shirt tonight. Crowning is Nicole Tracy. Everyone, please put your hands together for the next poet of the night, Nika Roots.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh, Scan.
Hey, you already know. Can all of you guys hear me okay?
We got you.
Yeah.
We hear you.
Okay, I'm getting nods and yeses. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and read this poem I wrote called The California Newborn. I'm gonna go to this place and really be known, claim my place on my throne in a new world as a newborn, but I gotta keep my eyes out because females is really shady, thinking because I ain't from here, I'm just so broken and so torn. Seattle born and raised, the sea made me. That's why they call me the sea queen siren, because I keep my niggas cool. Sometimes the heat here just too much to handle. You say the sweltering sun rays a little too much to bear, but wasn't you raised here? The best part, being a Pisces in the Leo's world, all I do is soak in sunlight, brings out my curls, makes the tight ringlets pop like fries from Jack in the Box. Can't be cocky, but you know how I rock. And I know I got them shocked. They ain't know I am the key and the lock. The treasure, I am the groove to your bop. Ocean waves, ocean shades. Let me see through your socks, sweep you off your feet. I hope you float, because I don't stop moving. That's not a thing for me. Yet rest and peace I both have and bring. Stir me up a little to hear me sing as I drag you deeper.
There's so much to see here, the seas here. Yo, Cali newborn, no baby now, all grown up, don't ask me how. Too many questions gonna take you too deep. You fell a little in love as I swept you off your feet without having respect for my hidden silvers and golds. My secret's untold, but you didn't really want to know. And that's when I realized to you, my value is unknown. And as I bow, as I part like curtains, I see that now is my time to show. Thank you.
Hey, everybody give it up for the poet. Show some love.
Yes. Woo. Yes.
Sour compliments. Now is the time. Judges, while everyone is being showered by compliments right now, this is the time for you to send scores. Don't worry, I'm going to ask you to do it again several more times. I know it's going to get really annoying, but hey, that's what you signed up for. I'm really, really sorry. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I guess everyone was so like, enraptured with the poetry that, nothing was like shared during the comment section, but that's okay because sometimes, we just need to listen and listen it all, like take it all in it, like on the spot. But yeah, Shar is still working out the math. They will hit me back later with actually, oh wait, you did hit me back with this. Wait, no, actually, no, that's Reggie's score. That's not Colin's score. See? Wow. All right, cool. Anyway, okay, there it is. Is that it? That is the score right there. Awesome, cool. So Cornrow Colin got 28 even. Fuck that score. Give it up for the poet. And show some love for yourself too for being here. We're about halfway through the show. And it's hella lit so far. Anyway, in transition, we have a short intermission. Crowning is our feature, but give it up for our last poet of round one. Everyone, please put your hands together for Nicole Tracy.
Woo! Yes.
Yes. I would bottom for you, Nicole.
Mic check.
Mike hears.
How to explain your family without your father. I do not look like my mother, which means I must look like my father, which is easy to know when he picks you up from school, helps you with your math homework, and brings juice to my soccer games. But he is not here, which means explaining I'm not adopted and my father isn't here, even though he only lives 10 minutes away. My mother says she has always wanted to be a mother. I wonder if my dad ever wanted to be a father. I wonder if he really thought dinner once a week was enough to know more about me than what I ate. But he was around when it was convenient. Sleeping over always felt like staying with a babysitter. I was convenient when he had a girlfriend, so he could prove he was good with kids. I wonder if he imagines his life without me the same way I imagine myself with a father. I wake up and there is a dad making breakfast. Dulcet chocolate chip pancakes with extra chocolate chips to make me smile, even though my mother doesn't approve. There is a dad at the dinner table helping me with fractions and decimals. There is a dad being the cool dad and bringing juice for everyone on my soccer team. There is a dad who knows my birthday, who helps my mother pick out a cake. But there is not a dad. There is a last name that belongs to a stranger, a question of who I really belong to, a blank spot on my parents' information forms for school, forms requiring a signature from my mother, and a ghost.
Gang, 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 gang. Everybody, show some mad love to the poet. That was Nicole Tracy. Judges, you know what time it is. If I'm asking you, why am I asking you? It's one of those things where it's like, your parents don't ask you to get up and go to school anymore. If you were a kid, you knew you had to get up and go to school. So yeah, that's kind of what this is right now. Anyway, what am I covering right now? Chardonnay is working on. Oof. Okay, cool. Chardonnay is working on the scores for the next poet right now at the moment. So So yeah, we're gonna work on that later right now. But give it up. That was the last poet of round one. Give it up for yourselves for being in the show this late. You're actually making some pretty good time. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of love being showed for Nicole right now in the comment section, and like my crew is like, you know, messaging me on my Facebook, so I keep getting distracted. I think I have ADHD. I'm not entirely sure. But we're moving forward with the show. We have our amazing, amazing feature. Does anyone know who our feature is tonight? I know some of y'all in the Zoom call know who our feature is. And some of y'all are hella excited. You don't know who this is.
I surely do not.
You do not?
They ran a great workshop today.
They really did. I was in the middle of that workshop. I was like, wow, I'm definitely gonna have to write this prompt later. So yeah, that being, yeah, literally that bitch. But yeah, so I'm gonna do my best to introduce them with this bio they gave me. So please bear with me as I read this beautiful piece of literature. Daniel's essays appear on a forthcoming of Slice, Denver Quarterly, The Offing, Ninth Letter, Guernica, and elsewhere. Poems appear or are forthcoming in Button Poetry, Right About Now, SlamFind, the Freshwater Review, and the Puritan. A Rustbelt Poetry Slam champion, winner of the Bat City Review Short Prose Contest, and a finalist for the Southampton Review Nonfiction Prize. Daniel is also a CUPSI Haiku Slam champion. That's right! Recipient of the Myong Haiku Award and the first place personal essay award at the Mayborn Literary Nonfiction Conference, and holds a notable in the Best American Essays. Daniel tweets at Daniel loves you. Daniel loves you. DANIEL LOVESYOOH. Enough about this, you know, bio, but get ready, everybody, because this bio does not do justice to someone who is this well versed in their fucking craft. Put your hands together, show some mad love for your feature tonight, Daniel.
Gang, 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 gang. You that bitch, you that bitch, you that bitch, you that bitch.
Scholar, yes, the founder of. With your bad ass, bitch.
How y'all doing tonight? Berkeley Slam. I am with y'all virtually. That's amazing. Thank y'all so much for having me. I am so excited to be here in the comfort of my bedroom, doing some things I've never written before called poems. Please give it up for yourselves, for all of the poets, all of everyone at the lovely Berkeley team, and everything who has just brought me here. I'm so excited to be here. I have a couple poems for y'all. I guess just kick things off real quick. If y'all in the Zoom chat, one thing that I really like to do with myself every so often, because I have a full body mirror in my bedroom, one thing that I occasionally like to do is like look in the mirror and kind of sort of do a call and response with myself. So if y'all in the Zoom chat who are here with me, if y'all could like repeat after me, just kind of like as a call and response thing. I'm gonna say a thing and then I want you to say it back. So to kick us off real quick, I want everyone, please, please, please repeat after me. I am a badass bitch.
I am a badass
bitch.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
And I deserve all of the good things, including having my rent paid.
I deserve all of the good things, including having my rent paid.
I am that bitch.
I am that bitch.
Let's do some poems, y'all. I am so excited to be here with y'all again. Thank you again so much for having me. I I've been writing a lot lately. Just I guess to give some like background context. I have been doing the whole thing of like, I'm giving myself permission to write the poems that I really want to write. I'm not necessarily worried about having, like I always want to bring nuance into my work, right? I never want to shoot for something that is like overtly problematic or anything like that. But giving myself a little bit more permission, I think, to be angry in my work has definitely been something that I have been working on. And let me tell you, that shit is bananas in the best way. Truly, we love Gwen Stefani. If for nothing else, she taught me how to spell bananas when I was like 10. So we do love to see that. But this first poem, because I only have a few for y'all, since unfortunately I can't be reading poems forever with y'all as much as I would love to. This first poem, I was really inspired to write because men, they're a thing. And in the last couple of weeks, I have been seeing, well, months really, years, if I'm being honest, a lifetime, truly. I have been seeing a lot of men centering themselves in all of the wrong things, and doing and saying and behaving in ways that are less than savory, for lack of a better word. And so one day I was just like, I'm gonna write a poem because I'm pissed. So if you're a man, I'm sorry. Haiku. A decent man walks into a slam. No punchline, just wishful thinking. A decent man walks into a slam and tells the whole room about what a great guy he is now that he's heard about the pronoun they, or how he knows how to respect conventionally attractive women now. And, you know, I could go on because men, but I won't, because I try, you know, like I try to give grace because I know what it's like to never be offered it. Not that that matters anyway. Cis men will tell you to protect your energy before trying to take it from you. Growing up, the same men who called me bitch or faggot left people like me in shreds, but it's okay now. They unwrap the razors from their tongue, and isn't that a fucking miracle? They are the first to demand space to grow, and the last to say thank you when they get it. Cis men always complain about the dirt on their woke shoes and never notice the garden of a femme they trampled through trying to break them in. I mean, where else do you think they pruned the half-wilted flowers in their hair from? Where else do you think... Y'all muted? Thank you. I would love to read my poem now. Cis men always complain about the dirt on their woke shoes and never notice the garden of a femme they trampled through trying to break them in. I mean, where else do you think they pruned the half-wilted flowers in their hair from? Where else do you think they got their radically tender, newly redefined masculinity from? Cis men go hard for that soft shit, but not as hard as a hard-on, always ready to speak for survivors, but never their friends who are still friends with predators. Look at you, unlearning the same gender roles that have killed me over and over again. Bitter, right? Do you think fruit still tastes sweet if you take a bite and leave it in the sun? What were you expecting other than rot around the edges? You bet your unwashed asses I am bitter. Like I don't have every reason to be. You build your healing acts of those smaller than you and call it progress. Have you ever had to make space for the growth of someone else who never learned how to love you in the first place? The same identities I had to relearn how to re-love every time some man made a mockery of how I wore them are now the ones y'all use for clout. Cis men are such counterfeit heroes. You get to wear healing and decency like badges of honor, and I have the scars to show for it. And I'll still find reasons to sing for you in the morning, to help you unlearn and be better while you rinse yourself in absolution without ever looking at what's caked under your nails, all that shouting into the mic, and you never remember to pass it. Did you really think anyone wouldn't notice you blowing out the speakers at the slam? Did you really think you'd leave anything left over for the rest of us to be heard? Does your shitty allyship end where your poem does? Thank you.
Tell them.
Wow.
Woo!
Yeah.
Tell them.
I know. I love doing poems. They're so wonderful, y'all. I'm so happy that y'all are here with me. I like was spotlighted, so like I see that most of y'all are muted, and so like I'm having to like scroll and be like, oh, okay, so it's not just like everyone just up and left type shit. No, I'm so glad that that y'all are here with me. I'm gonna go ahead and move right along because I don't want to take up too much time. I got a couple more poems that I really want to share with y'all tonight. Lately in the past couple of years, I would say within really like the last like two and a half or so, I've been really thinking about like my relationship to things that have a physical proximity to myself. And by that, I really mean like I'm always thinking about like the ways that like what is it like to live in, you know, a body and a frame like mine, and how it moves the world, right? And so one day I was just like, you know, I am gonna write something for this thing that I have always been, I guess, maybe taught in some way by the world, was supposed to be like shameful or something, right? Really, this is just like a way of me saying like, I needed to write a poem about my ass. And so this is an ode to Daniel's ass, for it is a constellation. Cassiopeia with extra emphasis on the ass. My ass is a galaxy, is out of this world. A pair of celestial globes is the part of the hymn where Big Sean invokes its name 21 times in the chorus. Does it need a slam score to know it's a 10? A dime, a well-rounded individual couldn't give a rat's ass even if it wanted to. It's so good, it's like endless shrimp at Red Lobster, except when the server comes by to take your order, you're like, hi, yes, hello, can I get the all-you-can-eat ass? And for my salad, I would like it tossed, and I like to start off with the shrimp fettuccine ass Fredo and the ass potatoes, and when it comes out, you're like, is this what forgiveness tastes like? And then I poke my head out from under the table, and I'm like, no, it's just ass. But in case you were wondering, my ass does taste like ass, or forgiveness, hope, joy, devotion. Got one cheek named birthday and the other one Christmas. All asses are good asses, not a single one on the naughty list this year except mine. My ass was so good, it must be a bad ass. My ass is the gift that keeps on giving, is the reason for the season. The following is a list of classic holiday songs. Silent Ass, Oh Holy Ass, All I Want for Christmas is Ass, White Assmas. And speaking of ass, some of y'all are in this Zoom chat are probably looking at me like, that's gay, bro, or ew, I don't eat ass. Shut up, Phil. Yes, you do. And if you don't, then you should know ass doesn't taste weird so long as it's clean. Like ass just sort of tastes like ass. And in case you thought this poem was about trauma or body positivity or some other important social issue, it's not. Nope. Sorry to disappoint you, Phil. Just ass. The whole ass and nothing but the ass. Ass so fat it broke the fourth wall, started addressing the audience, became a whole ass poem on its own. My twins big like Tia Tamara. I got a big booty, so I call it Big Booty. When I wrote this poem, y'all, I actually changed the font to ass. And even though Microsoft like changed the physical font itself to Cambria, like the font bar, like the fucking little thing up at, like near the corner of my screen actually still said ass, which was good enough for me because like God, if I am ever good enough to make it into heaven, my ass be as holy as all of the love I have always given it. Always too much for the jeans, but always enough to love me back when I slip them on. Just like that one time I featured at the Slam the day after Valentine's Day, and I saw my ass was used to promote the event, and I was like really happy about it because like who doesn't want to see their ass the day after the one that is given to love and to know that that is mine? To say you, yes you, I do, I do, I do. Thank you.
Oh my
I am so
fucking
glad.
God.
Wow. Wow. I'm so
Yeah.
I'm so shaking. I'm so glad that y'all are here with me. I'm just like like y'all are still muted, but I love seeing the oh my God, bitch, like going across Reggie's face. Like it's so great. I really love it. I have a couple more minutes and I have about 2 more poems for y'all. So I'm gonna slow things down a little bit and get a little sad. Maybe not sad, I don't know. I've been doing this thing where like I've been working on a book of like maybe poems or something. We'll see if I ever write one in my life. But I very much like, I've been doing this thing where like I've been giving myself permission, not just to write about like, you know, the body, my body, things like that, but to really just like sit in the space of just like, these are things that have happened to me. And so how am I going to explore how I'm different after these, right? So this next poem that I have, content warning for those of y'all who need it, for references to abuse, etc. I'm gonna let the poem speak for itself. I don't want to give any further context. This one's called Recantation. Come, let me run my fingers. Show me there's nothing left between them, that they're wrong to name you beast, or there was no red moonlight. It is easy to say there wasn't, that no one would, but the truth is, justice would tell me I must give up. But how can I give up when the only sentence ends in not prison? There is no courtroom without a pew of harvested ghosts. Today, I saw a woman's handprint covering her mouth. All of us as a sign on her chest, silenced assault. There is no ending to this nightmare. The worst thing is to fall in love is rape, to pretend it's empty, or telling this story when I'll live in the after of it, knowing it won't end. I won't tell it because the movement would, because the courtroom would, because the hashtag would. The question shouldn't be to come forward. Instead, ask, what if I did? The answer, never leave. Don't make me. Don't make me. Dance with me forever. Show your hands along each groove of me when they tell me, monster, no twisted muzzle, cradling the truth or any proof. Believe me, I love you. Cover my mouth, your name, the last thing I have left of you. I want happily ever after. A crucifixion demanding my unbloodied thighs, picture a scarlet wedding written by the sunset that ties us together. I know what I have done with a man whose love language doesn't hurt. What good is the rest of my life if I can't share it with you? I won't call you a monster. Call me a liar. I won't ruin us both. Why would I wait so long? But I lose everything. Tell me to let go. Say goodbye one last time. This time, come, show your hands. Let me run my fingers along each groove. Show me there's nothing of me left between them, that they're wrong when they tell me to name you beast or monster. There was no twisted muzzle, no red moonlight cradling the truth, or it is easy to say there wasn't any proof, that no one would believe me, but the truth is, I love you. Justice would cover my mouth. Tell me I must give up your name, but how can I give up the last thing I have left of you when the only sentence I want ends in happily ever after, not prison? There is no courtroom without a pew of harvested. There is no courtroom without a crucifixion, a pew of harvested ghosts demanding my unbloodied thighs. Today, I saw a woman's picture, a scarlet handprint covering her mouth, wedding all of us as a sign written on her chest, silenced by the assault. There is no sunset ending to this nightmare that ties us together. I know what the worst thing I have done is, to fall in love with a man whose love language is rape, to pretend it's empty or doesn't hurt. What good is telling the story when I'll live the rest of my life in the after of it? If I can't share it, knowing it won't end with you, I won't tell it. Because the movement would call you a monster, because the courtroom would call me a liar. I won't, because the hashtag would ruin us both. The question shouldn't be, why would I wait so long to come forward? Instead, ask, what would I lose if I did? The answer, everything. Tell me to never leave. Don't make me let go. Don't make me say goodbye. Dance with me one last time, this time forever. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
God damn. Oh
That
my
was beyond beautiful and heart-wrenching.
Wow. Yeah, I sometimes have feelings. It's wild. I have feelings and then I write them out. It's so great. Berkeley Poetry Slam. I have one more poem for you guys. I'm almost out of time, and so I was like, oh my god, I wanted to bring like 8 poems, but like turns out that isn't a thing. I have one more poem for y'all. I am so excited. Thank y'all again so much for having me, for letting me be here and take up space on a Wednesday night with y'all and to listen to me shout into the void. If you're a man, again, I'm really sorry. Because I have another poem for y'all. And I really hope y'all like it. I'm gonna let this one also speak for itself.
Daniel, real quickly,
What's up?
could you give me a second? Our Instagram stream is restarting, so just
no.
Yes, we reached the 60-minute limit, so just give me a second. We're rebooting that so they can hear this as well.
Oh, okay, no worries. Thank you for interrupting me. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't want people to miss out on this one because it's a lot of fun. And I always love doing it whenever. Oh, it's up? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's up.
I was just gonna say, I love doing this poem whenever Reggie's in the room. Anyways, I'm gonna let this one speak for itself. And the opening lines are based on, I mean, most of this poem is based on actual true events. But it's not even that I was upset when he asked to drink my bathwater. It's that he asked me to humanize him when I asked him to pay me for it. Never mind that bad little bitch was the first thing he ever said to me, or that he'd eat me out like it was giving me a massage. And y'all, like, sometimes I gotta pretend that that shit doesn't hurt. That men will ask for my body before they ever ask for my name. And like, even though, like, because I'm a baddie and a scholar, right? I would like everyone here to turn to the book of Danielations, chapter 6, verse 9. Everyone, bow your heads and pretend to be serious. Join me in bad bitch harmony as I drag all of these broke ass cis men who show up in my DMs. Hi, I'm Daniel. Men ask me what my favorite position is, and I used to say doggy style. Now I say Venmo. They ask, what's the first thing you notice when a man approaches you? And I say the audacity. I say fuck a dick print. What that billfold do? If I ever marry a cis man, I hope his love language is acts of service, because mine is definitely money bags. My pronouns are that bitch, pay up, paycheck, rent due, rent due, rent due. Let me ask you something. Why is it that a cis man can show me how many inches he can fit inside me, but I can't ask him how many bills he can fit inside his wallet? And it's not even that I expect a man to pay for every single thing. I'm just saying, if you got to put in time to make a man a better person, you might as well put in time on the clock. I already got back pains from carrying all of this ass, and I will be damned if I carry his mediocrity on top of it. Too often, I have heard cis men say some bullshit about vibrational frequencies and manifesting sexual healing when he can't even manifest a good credit score. Like, he is so surprised that the mouth I got on me wasn't the one he was expecting. Like, there are men who are looking at me free of charge. Like, I thought this was America, where like you have to pay to have nice things. Like, men say, let me take you out on a little date. And I'm like, rent due. Can I get your number? Rent due. Damn, baby, where you rent due? Let me holla at you. Rent due, rent due, rent due, rent due, rent due. Hey, baby, what's due? All fragile limbs and flaccid manhood makes another joke about eating me out. And I tell him, my lip almost twitched at that one. And he asks, which set? And I say, the pair I use to say no. Now humanize that, bitch. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me. That's my time. Y'all are so wonderful. I'm so happy to be here in space with y'all. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see the rest of the slam, y'all. Thank you. Oh, and like, feel free to like send me coins because a bitch is broke. Thanks. Bye.
Because rent due.
Because rent
it is
rent
due. Because it is literally due.
Some mad love.
Rent due. It is so due. It is so due. And it would be great if y'all could help you know, a brown
But
femme
also,
out. That would be great.
But also utilities.
But also utilities.
You're right.
Where can that be supported? Like the link or Cash App or?
So I have it in my display name on Zoom. I'm not sure if people can see it, but Cash App or Venmo works just fine. They are both Anchors Can Fly, all one word. Obviously for Venmo, the @sign. Obviously for Cash App, the $sign. But my username is Anchors Can Fly. And I so appreciate any sort of help or tip, generous donations, whatever, that folks are willing to send my way. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you all so much for having me. I'm so excited to see the rest of this slam. Thank you.
Of course. Damn. Everybody, please show some mad love for Daniel. Wow.
Woo!
What can I say? I'm at loss for words.
Yes.
Ass.
Fuck yeah.
He's a really good joke, y'all. He's really good. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Because I ate ass.
Wow. I'm actually like you can't see it, but I'm shaking.
All right, y'all. So that's round one. That was the feature. Hope y'all enjoyed that. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes. Your boys gotta go take care of nature or whatever. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes. So my time says it's 9:40, so we'll be back here at 9:45 to get the show back on the road. We have 4 more poets for the final round, and we're gonna see who wins this shmoney. Yeah, we'll be right back, everybody. Tino out.
Is the stream still happening?
Yeah, the stream
still
doesn't
going.
stop. So, I mean,
Oh,
anything
okay.
that's, yeah.
I was just like wondering because it got so quiet all of a sudden. So I was like, okay.
Is this still live on the internet?
Yeah.
Mom?
Oh, this is fun.
God, are you there?
There's just commercials playing over this right now. They're like Truvago or like I don't know.
Love, that's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Oh my fucking god.
That profile picture though.
I don't watch MTV anymore. So like, is that really a thing that commercials say about Subarus now?
Yeah, and sometimes they even go very on brand and show a queer couple.
Wow.
Because all lesbians drive Subarus.
Oh my god.
It's the rules.
Okay.
And sometimes there's even product placement and there's a U-Haul somewhere in the background. And I feel very attacked.
Well, we now know that we have to buy Colin a Subaru in order for him to graduate into real lesbianism.
Somewhere in the background, there's a U-Haul. Colin's house.
Oh my god.
So just in case you were wondering, Colin, there is a U-Haul.
In the background of your house at all times. It's
right.
lurking, it's waiting for you to come out.
And it's near your Subaru.
Subaru is just waiting. Tapping its index fingers together. Is it
You
time?
know what you can tell that someone is walking down the street and like yelling while drunk? Like it's just a specific type of yell.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I know the yell of what you're talking about.
Right. It's also just like, I don't live in a neighborhood white enough for that. Oh my god. If you're yelling and you're drunk, you're a target.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that feels very much like a and yet this is happening type shit. Like what?
Is this gentrification or the evening news?
No.
Find out tomorrow.
Oh
Find
god.
out tomorrow.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because I live in Santa Cruz.
Oh my god.
I don't know where that is.
I'm so sorry. Santa Cruz is like if you put a piece of the bay like next to the actual ocean, took out the entire city and then added like twice as much weed. That's Santa Cruz.
Wow,
So imagine a lot of white people with dreads and a lot of brown people that are just trying to learn about environmentalism at the local college, and being accosted by said white people with dreads. It's great. It's a wonderful city. They have an amazing poetry scene. I will say that.
So
You
like
know,
when you say weed, do you mean like legitimate marijuana, or is it like hemp?
Oh no, legitimate marijuana. Oh my God. I get too high in Santa Cruz.
Same.
This is a stream. This is a live stream. If the government is watching, I stay sober all the time.
The FBI in the webcam, like.
My FBI
Listen.
agent's just like, nigga, you lying, nigga, you lying.
I just want to
Listen,
say that I actually like really fuck with Subarus though.
Okay, nigga, did you say you really fuck with Subarus?
That's a reliable ass car. Fuck you mean?
That was the most lesbian answer.
No, I feel like the only thing more reliable than a Subaru is a 1993 Toyota Camry.
No, it's a Honda.
I feel like that was just now. It occurred.
I mean, but also, you know what else is pretty reliable amongst like AFAB lesbians? Like having an orgasm.
Say that.
I was gonna say transphobia.
Oh, because I read this I saw this sexual education video that was like with a cis man, like a person who was born with a vagina has like only like an 11% chance of orgasm.
Oh my God.
But like it goes exponentially higher when it's like with another person who also is a vagina carrier.
We love it.
Okay, but is the person with a vagina on Prozac? I'm just asking for a friend, because then the rate of orgasm goes dramatically down.
I don't think Prozac was factored in this. I think more so I was more interested in like mostly heterosexual straight men who are unable to bring essentially women to orgasm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Subarus do seem like a reliable car though.
Honestly, like, I'm gonna pose a question. Hot take, might get the stream taken down, but I feel like it's an important question to ask.
Again, you're getting the stream taken down again.
If we
No,
can,
not
Heterosexuals
again.
are indeed straight.
But
That
like,
was Tino last time.
but like, real question: if we can make babies in test tubes, what is the actual benefit of heterosexuality? Just think about it.
There really isn't one.
Tax benefits.
I guess the only answer I could
We
possibly
just
come up
start
with
the
is
show back
maybe
up now.
super PACs, but even then, like that doesn't quite make sense.
I mean, you have
Doesn't-
rights, I guess. That's cool. That's cute.
Let's do we want to get the show started back up before it gets any later?
Alright, my niggas.
I mean, do you want to
My
get a
lord.
Subaru or not? Like,
Good straight men are actually gay.
like if we hurry, maybe we can get to the dealership before it closes.
And that concludes, I think, our
If you run, you
after
can-
hours.
Get
late
that
hours.
0% APR.
Right.
We love it.
And then something
Anyway,
about Geico.
please, with credit. It's just plummeting. Anyway, hi. Are we ready to start round two, y'all? If you're ready to start round two, post some mad love in the comment section. Go do the woos, do the ass, do the ass. So welcome back. This is round two of the Berkeley Slam. We've had to do some shuffling around. Some judges had to leave. Some poets had to depart as well with us. But we're still going to keep the ball rolling. It's going to be a lit-ass show. We have our four poets reading again this round. So the order is going to go Nicole Tracy, Nika Roots, Cornrow Collin, and then Reggie. Give it up for your poets again this round. And I forgot. Did I agree to sacrifice this round, or was that somebody else? Did we agree that we have a sacrifices round? Do we want to sacrifice this round? Because I don't want to. I could sacrifice, I guess.
Fuck a sack.
Do we need a sack? Wait,
Fuck a
was that
sack.
a yes? Fuck a sack? All right, cool. Moving on to round 2. I'm not sacrificing for you guys. If you guys want to see me read, maybe catch me next week, y'all. You're in for another show then. Anyway, that being said, welcome to round 2. Same poets apply. Same rules apply for the poets. 3 minutes, 10-second grace period. Go over the time. 4 minutes, you're played off. No one's been played off so far. Like, you know. And then, you know, props and musical accompaniment. Word of the day does not count for this round. It's only a 1-round gimmick for round 1. So yeah, so if you were trying to force dulcet into your poem, too late, you lost that point. Anyway, moving forward. Yeah, are we missing anything else? It's been a pretty good round so far. So let's make sure we keep the ball rolling. Judges, are you in the chat? I see 1, I see 2, yeah, all 3 judges are in our chat. Okay, cool. So y'all know what's up. Send your numbers to Shar. Shar will calculate the numbers, et cetera. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty, y'all. So in transition, we have Cornrow Collins. Crowning is Nika Roots being born on this virtual mic. Everyone, please put your hands together for Nicole Tracy.
Ooh, yes. It's the top of tops.
Mic check. The rape apologist says to the survivor, he's not blaming me, just the red solo cup for being so irresistible, the game for being so much fun, my hand for being the perfect fit for the cup, my mouth for wanting to drink, my blood for having such a high alcohol content, my voice for saying how much I loved the taste of my own drink, my words, even though they didn't tell you the best way to try my drink was to kiss me, but you for kissing me anyways. He's not blaming me, but ask what I was wearing in the same breath. He's not blaming me, just the clothes I was wearing, how I wear them, because my confidence was just so attractive. He's not blaming me. He's just blaming me for loving myself and dressing how I want. He's not saying it was my fault, but tells me I was foolish for thinking my own bedroom would be safe, blames me for feeling comfortable, blames me for mistaking comfort and safety. He says it's not my fault, but says there is nothing sexier than a girl who is comfortable, as if comfort means I've let my guard down. The rape apologist asks me his name as if the name of my rapist absolves him of all guilt. Asks me I'm sure as if I don't know my own body. I tell him my body knows what it feels like to not belong to itself. My body knows better than him. My body knows better than him despite his attempt to make me believe something else. The rape apologist blames everything and everyone except the rapist, but says he doesn't blame me. Says not all men, but asks why more rapists aren't convicted, but doesn't ask why his behavior enables them to walk free, doesn't ask how he could represent something of a larger problem. The rape apologist is right. Not all men are nice guys. Not all men will walk me home without ulterior motives. Not all rapists will be convicted. Not all rapists will even see the inside of a courtroom. The rape apologist says he doesn't blame me, just everything about me. Says it's not my fault, but he wants to say it is.
Everybody give it up for Nicole Tracy.
Yes, Nicole.
Instagram, you know what you're here for. You're here to support the poetry. Gang. Judges, you know what time it is. It's that time where you send your scores off to our lovely scorekeeper, Chardonnay. Chardonnay is doing all the math tonight. I know a straight concept, but a concept nonetheless, I guess. Here we are. And they will give me that score later. Judges, I mean, everybody, audience, poets, I give all of you a 10. Everyone deserves a 10 tonight because it is one tonight. It's hump day, and fuck all the smoke here in California. That was just way too much. So everyone deserves a 10, and just my own personal opinion. Anyway, we're moving down to our last 2 poets of the night. So in transition, we have Reggie, crowning is cornrow calling. But being born on this stage right now, everybody, please put your hands together for Nika Roo.
If you guys will give me like 2 seconds to grab my journal real quick, I swear, just like
do it. Shar, don't start the time yet.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm done.
Guys ready? Oh my gosh. Okay. Last night I woke up in tears again. I don't usually remember the nightmares that make me cry, but this one stuck out. I saw myself 10 years from now. I saw myself laying on a king-size bed, staring at the ceiling, my hands reaching out for no one. Looking at myself was like looking into an abyss. I saw a piece of nothing surrounded by everything. My skin was dark and cold, but my heart was still beating without any reason. And who knew that such pretty eyes could look so lifeless? There was no purpose to anything, and whatever had potential to be significant was unsatisfying. Time passed on a constant rate, not stopping nor speeding up for anyone or anything, all while I lay on that bed, slowly aging away, heeding no reaction as to how my bones were crumbling into the blankets. My body fell apart entirely, and a child seemed to float through the door with a gold jar in her hand. She swept my ashes into the jar with her hand, a beautiful thing to mask the ugliness, like using whiteout to make a blank in a sentence. She then began to drink my ashes like water, changed the bed sheets, and laid down in the bed just as that 27-year-old me did, inheriting false knowledge that we go through life, but it means nothing. That's a lie. The cycle continued as if being synced with time, life after life disappearing and being forgotten just after a moment's notice. I woke up asking myself, what am I so afraid of? Could something so scary, such as myself, turn me into that? Then I looked into the bathroom mirror and found an answer to my question. I am my own monster, but I don't want to be. Monsters make you hollow, and every day I can feel myself slipping further away, growing emptier and emptier, away from people, away from life, each hour away from reality, but there is nothing. There is not reality with being real, and I can't afford to be phony. So where is she, this real me? I need her to tell me that I am worth more than a mere gold jar. Thank you.
Everybody, please show some mad love for the poet one more time. That was Nico Roots, second poet of the second round. Judges, give those scores over to Chardonnay. Nicole Tracy got a 27.1, but fuck that score. Please give it up for the poet one more time. Yeah, rude, right? During your poet, people were like, judges give it a 10. Why would Subaru sponsor all the slams? That makes no sense. Someone was going poet. Yeah, it was really, really amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that poem and for being here once again, Nicole. Nicole is one of our regulars here at the Berkeley Slam, which was taking place every Wednesday at the Starry Plough. On the note about the Starry Plough, it is our venue, it is our home. We've been there for about roughly 20 years, and we will continue to be there forever. Rona isn't going to stop us. As soon as the Rona is out, we're going to go back. But in order for us to go back, we need your help. So they're like, because the Starry Plough is currently closed right now, and a business can't be closed forever, or else they're gonna lose it. So if y'all would like to do us all a solid favor and to go help support Starry Plough, they do have a GoFundMe, Starry Plough. You can go ahead and Google them and everything. They're trying to raise money to keep their doors open, pay their staff, get basically just keep the whole business and still fully operating. Things are difficult. I don't know, not all have cash, and with the whole thing going on right now in California and the smoke. But if you do have deep pockets, or someone else who does, throw some extra cash around if you can. We really do appreciate, and even here at Rich Oak, when people donate to us and everything, is, hey, we really love what you're doing, and believe in your work, and we get $5. That means a lot. $5 probably gets you a half order of fries at at the Plough, because those fries are hella big and salty and so good, and you can either get ranch or ketchup with them. But I am going on a tangent. We're going to go back to the show. In transition is the end of the show. Crowning is Reggie, but being born on this stage, everybody please put your hands together for the penultimate poet of the night, Cornrow Colin.
Woo! Woo! In my face, bitch.
Can you hear me?
Yes, and we can see you.
Ooh, nice. Everybody likes to ask me, how do you have asthma but smoke so much weed? But in my hood, marijuana smoke ain't what niggas are actually choking on here. And asthma and cannabis are the dynamic duo. I know more niggas carrying inhalers than Glocks. Albuterol is the only strain we got in rotation. Puff, puff, pass, all our drugs prescription here. My city likes to look at San Rafael across the water. We say something's wrong with them. They live in a carefree bubble. It must be something in the air, and it smells like privilege, and privilege smells like clean oxygen. The way the grass is always greener on the other side of the bridge, because over there, even the plants breathe a little bit better. Truth be told, clean air has never been part of my city's history. How do you think niggas got here in the first place? There is no history of deeply rooted blackness in my city. Most families still got living generations that remembers being uprooted from places like Texas, Alabama, Arkansas. The local refinery lured most of our grandparents out of the deep South with promises of wealth. World War II brings them even more job opportunities working in the shipyards, and that's when Richmond becomes a black city, when niggas could work an 80-hour work week and only get paid in asbestos. Asthma, mesothelioma, my people came here to poison themselves out of poverty, to leave a legacy for future generations, just to help fill the air with the same toxins that would kill their children. And I wonder, if my grandmother knew that legacies could kill, would she have migrated here in the first place? Traded charcoal cross for blackened lung? Would she have worked her entire life just to pass down another burden? My inheritance is an oxygen mask, a stuttered breath, hospital visits with calm instructions of breathe in, breathe out, like I somehow just forgot how to breathe. Do you really think this blunt is gonna do shit? My lungs can hold more smoke than a swisher can produce. I've had this cough before I had the habit. Trust me, I've spent most of my life wheezing. Be glad I'm smoking this gas instead of their gas. This is, after all, the cleanest breath I've ever taken.
Everyone, please put your hands together, show some mad love, throw some hearts up for Cornrow Colin one more time. Gang, 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 gang. No, how hard it is to be neutral during this whole read. It really fucking sucks, because a lot of these people, their poetry, I do love. I've been sitting here like, oh God, I just gotta can it. If anyone knew me before this, before I started organizing the shows in the Bay Area, I was known as a guy in the crowd who was dubbed the crowd, because I was just as loud as everyone else in the room, by myself. And I do this thing where I'd flip chairs and I'd be like, oh my God, I love that poem, I love that line, church, church, church. Tone down a little bit because I'm 27 now, so I gotta, be a little more responsible. But yeah, anyway, do we have a score for Nika yet? Because I'm just read off some comments that we showered Nika with in the last chat. We had Going Poet. I typed in "Come on, Nika" because I was really feeling that poem, but for some reason my computer kept trying to correct it to say Nike instead, because racism. And also someone had written down a line that they had said, and it's a really powerful line too. I am my own monster, but I don't want to be. And I'm like, yeah, poet, go in. That was crazy. And the score for Nika, fuck the score already, 26.5. But I really love the poet, really love their energy and what they have to bring here. So thank you so much, Nika, for being here. And that's about as unbiased as we're gonna get. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the last poet of the night. Before we do that, I do want to plug in some more things, because we are Rich Book Events, and we we are a conglomerate, not a conglomerate. We are 6 people running 3 different shows, and it's really rewarding, but it's also our month is always packed. So that means that we want to spend that time with y'all, because we're curating these shows. We want y'all to be there. So every first and third Saturday of our of the month, we have the Rich Alchemy open mic. Gang, 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 that takes place on IG Live. So if y'all want to sign up, we're gonna go to Instagram at Alchemy, at Rich Oak Alchemy, and then go sign up over there. Every first and third Saturday we have the show starts at 8:30. We'll go live. One of us in the crew is going to be hosting it, and we usually have a workshop that takes place before the shows. As we usually always do on the first and third Saturday at 7 o'clock. Kind of very similar to Berkeley. You know how we have our shows at 8:30 on Wednesdays, and we have a workshop at 7. Very similar thing that happens with Alchemy, and also with Oakland Slam, which is our other show, our sister show, that we all these shows kind of merged together under the Rich Oak banner. The Oakland Slam takes place every third Tuesday of the month. We just had it yesterday. We had an amazing feature, Yao Kayaramateng. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I think it's the first time I said it correctly without butchering it. But yeah, it was a really great show, really amazing. If y'all want to catch more shows like that, stay tuned in, subscribe to Berkeley, subscribe to Oakland, subscribe to Alchemy, and we'll keep you posted with all the latest content, the shows and everything. We're always looking for people to read on the mic. We're always looking for judges. We're always looking for sacrifices. So if you ever want to be a part of this platform, read, make some money. I don't know, just say hi and be like, that you love us. Thank you. We really appreciate that. But yeah, come support us, come be a part of our community, because we want you here and being part of our shows. Anyway, we're gonna move forward. Crowning is me going back to playing this game of Mario Kart that I was playing before the show got started. But being born on the stage right now is our final poet. Actually, no, sorry. In transition is me playing Mario Kart. Crowning is me announcing the winners of tonight. Being born on this stage right now, everyone please put your hands together for our final poet of the night, Reggie.
Whoa, yes, yes. Oh my God, bitch. Oh my God, bitch. Oh my God, bitch. Oh my
That's
God.
my roommate. Trimester 1.
Trimester 1. I'm upset.
Can y'all hear me?
Heard.
When my brother tells me that Marva said that her pronouns are nigga, I felt that shit because my pronouns are nigga. My gender is a grape swisher and a 40 by noon. Is the whole hood up having a block party in front of the liquor store at 2 a.m. My gender says fuck the rules, fuck the oppressor, fuck anyone not from my block littered with binders, and make my gender will still fuck a bitch up without smearing my lipstick, because my gender grew up fighting to survive. My gender knows curled fist and painted nail, or long pretty hair pulled back into a messy bun, because I caught that nigga that was misgendering me on Facebook and I told him hands on sight. My gender knows to keep its hands inside. When shopping or walking or being stopped by the police, knows that my hashtag will always wear the wrong pronouns. And my mother will always mourn a son. My gender will keep itself quiet so she doesn't lose a daughter too. My gender is a nigga that can't call itself trans, because that's always felt like a white word. They don't sit well on a black tongue, don't get used in black conversation or seen on black television. So my gender has always been its own role model, has created a space just for itself. My gender is a black power fist at a pride parade. My gender says all cops are bastards. Yes, even the ones you are thinking of. Yes, even the queer ones. My gender knows how many gay cops murdered black boys last year. Is a rainbow flag drenched in its own blood. My gender is first death, then a resurrection. Is the unraveling of a black boy into something beautiful. My gender is graveyard and garden. It's headstone and headline and head hunt and head bowed in prayer. My gender is a prayer, which means my gender must be holy. My gender must be sacred. My gender must be God, which means my gender must be a nigga. It is, after all, the blackest thing I have ever known.
Gang, 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 gang. Everybody show some love in the comment section. Those hearts on Instagram. I don't know. Whatever it is you do to show love. Maybe scream into the void of your own room. That's completely fine. Everybody, that was a slam. That was the end of round 2. Give it up for all these poets. Give it up for Reggie. My God.
Oh my God, bitch. Oh
I
my
know,
God,
right?
bitch.
So Colin got a 27.8 and during the poem, someone brought up a line that said that was a really, really, it hit really hard. Policing themselves out of poverty, which is really great because I really do love that poem, Colin. And then yeah, we're just getting the scores for the second for the poet right now. Take your time, Shar. I'll like try to plug in other stuff. I know I have a spiel here somewhere for other things. Let me read and look pretty as I read. Yeah, so there are other shows that are involved with us besides like Alchemy and Open Slam. If y'all want to catch another really live lit ass open mic, go to Santa Cruz Word Church on Instagram, Legendary Collective. They hold a show every Monday at 6 o'clock. Sign-ups go out at 5. This week, their upcoming feature is actually someone who read tonight. So if you really love their work, Dog Days Are Over, our beloved Hector over here. If you really enjoyed that one poem, Hector the Inspector, if you really did like their work and you want to go support them, go tune in this upcoming Monday on Instagram at Legendary Collective, like the word legendary and collective. Oh God, I'm losing my voice. All one word on Instagram. Sign-ups go at 5. Show starts at 6. You do not want to miss this show. I'm saying this because, like, I went to UC Santa Cruz and, I don't really like the city much, but I do love their open mic. It's one of the reasons why I stayed there for a really long time and felt welcome as a part of the community. And you will too. So make sure to go sign up over there this Monday. Legendary Collective, who will go enjoy Hector's show. It's going to be amazing. And also, yeah, the San Jose Poetry Slam, which takes place every second Sunday of the month. They've been starting up and doing shows again. They usually have a Zoom link go out along with their Facebook event. So if you ever want to go and participate and be a part of that, go sign up. It's a really great show. We've been there a few times. We've actually helped live stream it from the Caravan Lounge before the Rona. And I've met some pretty good people, which also one of our judges tonight, Jose. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, now that I'm done plugging the shows, really please show some mad love to the judges. Because without the judges, we would not have this show. We literally need our judges to come in here and, be like, that's what I'm looking for. Be consistent, be honest, but also be like empathetic and sympathetic with the poets. Like, you need some sort of level of that to do this kind of thing. And we cannot have the show without people who are like, oh, this really hurts, but I am going to have to assign an A to that poem. Like, I've done it before. I like doing it more than other times, like, but still, like, having judges here and having it be a part of the show is necessary. So thank you again to the judges. Once again, thanks to all the poets. Poets, give yourself a round of applause. Baby, make that ass clap. Travis, sorry. See, this is why I just go into so many tangents. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. The final scores for Reggie are 29. Reggie got a 29. And then as soon as this is all done, Char's gonna give me the list of poets who won, etc., etc. Yeah. What else am I forgetting to plug? I feel like I'm forgetting to plug a few things. Huh?
How can we support these lovely slams and the people that run them?
Yeah, of course. So I started out the show with like making a plug to our Patreon. But once again, if you do want to help us support like our Patreon, like we do more than just put on 3 shows and do workshops. We also like live stream our shows. We also edit videos. We also in the last 2 months, actually, before all this, I don't know, I forgot this. We were doing a bunch of like fundraisers to help fundraise for like a bunch of other like organizations, specifically like that cater to the Black community. It was we like to be as involved with the community as much as we can, but we can only do that if we do have the funds to do it. So we try to work with a budget as much as we can, and even then we don't even use most of it because we recognize that our spaces, the places that we occupy, like the Allen Bluford Center, the Starry Plough, and the Lucas Tap Room, they need that kind of funding and resources too. So we do our best to pay the crew, but also pay our spaces, and also make it so that everything that we do, all the work that we do, is like art that we create and give back to y'all. And so if you give to us, you're giving back to the community, because we are trying our best to make this a space that is involved, not just with the art scene, but also with the bigger community at large. So yeah, go support us at patreon.com/richoakevents. That's rich as in like, you know, hey, I got money, oak as in the tree, events as in like, you know, the one you're at right now. So yeah, that being said, or if you want, you can also hit us up at Cash App at Rich Oak Events or at Venmo at Rich Oak Slam. I believe those are all the shameless plugs I have to give. Ooh, yeah. Oh, and someone already did. That's really sweet. Oh, that's so adorable. Anyway, that being said, I have nothing else to plug. Oh, and also, I mentioned the YouTube channel. But if you're not subscribed to Bay Poets Unite, you should be, because if you're like, oh, I don't like scrolling through Facebook to see like all the shows that have been archived, you can find them all on YouTube, and it's a lot easier because you can just send someone a link like that, and they don't even have to be like on a social media platform. They can just send them like their messages or whatever, text, and then boom, we're right there. We have like a bunch of other poets who are highlighted there who like have like these really amazing solo poems. Go check those out. Go up our views. Go hit likes. Go subscribe, etc., etc. Alrighty, let's make it happen. So once again, I want to appreciate everybody here for reading tonight. I love all of you, and I just want to say it was really, really, it was a close game tonight. I feel like we've been getting closer and closer. Like every time we have these online slams, like last week, I think 2 weeks ago we had to have a tiebreaker, and that was stressful for the team. But thank God the people who won were like, yeah, we'll just split the prize. Well, it's not a big deal. So in third place, drum roll, please. Give it up for Nicole Tracy.
Ooh. Yay.
Work done or not if you don't want to.
Sure, I will say some words. Thanks for having me. I'm really glad I still get to do these from the East Coast. It is 1 a.m, which shows y'all how much I love y'all and want to be here.
Shout out to 1 a.m.
Yes. Come back. Sign up and be brave if you haven't signed up before but have thought about it. Come to workshops. Meet supportive people. If you're nice, we'll be nice too. If you're not, well, that's another problem.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much, Nicole. I was a third place winner. All right, y'all, let's get another drum roll going in for second place. Give it up for Cornrow Colin.
Woo! Cornrow Colin, he was born with a vision. Cornrow Colin, he was born with addiction.
Let's
That's
go.
My roommate.
Wow.
Trimester one nigga right there. We came from the same testicle.
That's actually really funny because I just had to do a 3-sentence bio for a performance I'm doing tomorrow, and the last sentence in that bio is, in his spare time, you can find Colin pretending to pay attention in Zoom meetings. So this really caught me off guard. I was on my phone. I was playing games on my phone. But thank you, everybody.
I love it. Thank you. Everyone shows some love to Colin again one more time. And I hope, like, if you're ever in a Zoom meeting and you're like saying something and you feel like people aren't paying attention to you, don't take it personally. We're not even paying attention to ourselves at that time. For being completely honest, like, you know, I'd be here like watching a YouTube video, like, huh, my leg's been numb for a half an hour. So just don't take it personally. We love all of you guys, and if anything, I was listening the entire time. So yeah, that being said, you were playing solitaire, really, Colin? Oh, this is too funny. Alrighty, y'all. Last drum roll of the night. That's how Colin plays with himself. Oh wow! Last drum roll of the night. Give it up for the final poet. Came in first place, Reggie.
Woo! Oh my God, Rich. Oh my God, bitch.
Thank you. I got a shameless plug because, you know, I'm trying to be like an entrepreneur or whatever. So I got like super high the other day or yesterday. One of those, it was a day. What is time during quarantine? But I got super high and had an idea, what if I had a clothing line? So I decided to design some stuff and put it up on Teespring. My store is going to launch, do a soft launch on Monday. So you can follow me on Instagram at Reggie Poetry for more information. But yeah, there's going to be t-shirts, hoodies. I got a couple fanny packs, some masks, and even a hoodie for your dog. So yeah, check it out if you are into subversive queer fashion.
We love queer fashion. Thank you again so much, Reggie. I'm actually gonna check out that line because there's a dog jacket, and I don't know if y'all know, but I love dressing up dogs. I have this really cute little white Pomeranian Chihuahua mixed little.
You fucking hate that dog. Stop talking shit.
I love her, but I hate how she's not well behaved because she's not my dog. She's my sister's dog. But that being said, she's a cutie patootie and she's got a little booty. And she's adorable, and she would look a lot more adorable with that little doggy sweater. But anyway, that being said, that is the end of the show. I have nothing else to plug for you. I am trying to play some more Mario Kart, so I will let you all go. It's been such a lovely evening. Give it a round of applause for yourself, for the poets, for the judges, for the staff, for just you being here tonight and enjoying poetry. Yeah, this has been such a good time. I'll give it up for Daniel one more time for really, really just bringing us home with that amazing poetry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Give it up for your feature. Wow.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm looking forward when we can have you again if you ever want to slam. Sign up, this is always open for you. And if you ever want to, we'll see when we can get you back in. You were definitely a treat tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, if there's nothing else to say, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope everyone has a good night. Take care. This has been the Berkeley Slam. I have been Tino VH Jr. I am a gay ass mess, and this has been a great night. Have a good one, y'all.
Bye.